Hi everyone, welcome to Instant Pot 101. Today we're going to be making a cheesecake in the Instant Pot. The flavour that I'm making today is a cardamom cheesecake with a ginger nut base topped with pistachios. I love cardamom and I was really keen to try a cheesecake flavour with it, so I'm hoping that this turns out well. What you need is some double cream, some cream cheese. I find that if you go with a not so great brand of cream cheese, you don't really get a really nice result at the end, so I wouldn't scrimp on the cream cheese. Some caster sugar, some ground cardamom. This is freshly ground, so I just removed this from the pods and ground that at home. I would not use powder that's been sitting in a supermarket in a bag for ages and ages. It won't be as pungent. It's so much better if you grind it yourself at home. Some corn flour, 2 eggs that I've already cracked, some melted butter, and I've already gone ahead and put my ginger nut biscuits in the food processor to blitz them to a fine crumb. I'm going to go ahead now and put the melted butter into the biscuits so that I get a nice sort of sand, wet sand like texture, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that in my springform cake tin, and you'll also need to use your trivet for this. The cake tin that I'm using is a 6-inch. That will fit perfectly in the 6-litre Instant Pot. If you've got an 8-litre one, you might be able to get away with a larger one, but this one will fit perfectly in it. I'm using a Lakeland push pan, so it's not a springform, but it is a pan that you can use for cheesecakes and things that need releasing on the sides. The base actually just pushes straight up, so it's quite easy to release the cake from it. I'm going to go ahead and put the melted butter in there, and I'll come back to put it into the tin. Right, I finished adding the butter to the ginger nut biscuits. By the way, if you don't like ginger nut biscuits and you want to use a plainer base, or you don't like to be too adventurous with flavors, you can always use digestive biscuits. You could also use a shortbread base. I've never tried a shortbread base, but you could use digestives if you wanted something that wasn't, if you're not a fan of ginger. I'm going ahead and smoothing this into the pan. I find it really easy to do this with a glass. You just go around the tin, pushing evenly, so you get it even all up the sides and at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do that to get a nice even coating all around. Right, I've got my base all done and ready, waiting over there for me. I've got all the other ingredients ready because this needs to move quite quickly when you mix all the filling ingredients together. I've got the cream cheese in here to start with. I'm going to go ahead and whisk that, and once that's all smooth, I'll come back and we'll go ahead and mix the rest in all together. Cream cheese is whisking quite well. I'm going to go ahead and add in all the ingredients and not beat them for longer than 30 seconds. If you overbeat cheesecake, according to Flo Lum, you risk ruining it, and the texture just doesn't come out quite as good in the Instant Pot. So I'm going to stick to mixing all the ingredients for 30 seconds only. So I'm going to put them all in now and then mix for 30 seconds. That's everything incorporated, and I did that only for 30 seconds. I don't know if you can see, but you can see the little flecks of cardamom, and it smells really good. I'm really excited to go ahead and put this into the base now. I'm going to pour the entire filling into my base, and then I will bring the Instant Pot over and show you how to put it in. Okay, I've got the Instant Pot over, and I've gone ahead and filled my tin with the filling. I've just realized that the quantities that I have are better suited to a 7-inch pan, but I like a thicker crust anyway, so I'm happy with that. But you could definitely do this in a 7-inch pan as well. What I'm going to go ahead and do is put the trivet in, just in the middle there. There's about a cup of water in there, and leave the handles up. I've also made some foil slings that I'm gonna go ahead and put in now. So the slings are just to make sure I'm able to take it out at the end of the cycle easily. I haven't had a problem with taking pots out thus far, but just to be on the safe side. So you just make like a strip of foil into a little handle and then pop it in there. And do that on the other side as well. It's difficult to do this one-handed. Oh, did do that entirely. Alright. There we go. Okay. I'm now going to go ahead and lower the actual pot in. Right, make sure it's sitting on there alright. Great. And then I'm going to use a lid. Some people put kitchen towel over this, or they put foil over it just to prevent the condensation from pooling on the top of the cake, and then, you know, having like a soggy finish with water pooling all over it. But I don't want to use kitchen towel, and I don't you could use like a little silicone lid, like a steamer lid or something like that, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just going to use the bottom of my 7-inch springform and just put it on the top of it like that. There we are. And then I'm just going to fold the foil over it. There we go. So that it's easy to take out later on. Go ahead and put the lid on. Make sure it's on sealing, and then you're going to choose manual, and we're going to go up to 25 minutes. Oh, sorry, hang on a second. You're going to choose manual, you're going to adjust. Oh, hang on, pressure, there we are. And then go to 25 minutes. And there we are. We'll come back when the cycle's finished, but we're going to let it naturally release for 10 minutes. So that's 35 minutes in total before you can open the lid. Okay, so the pot was on natural release for 10 minutes, and I've just released the rest of the pressure. Just gonna go ahead and open that up. A lot of water, as you can see, which is why we wanted to cover the top to make sure that we didn't have water all over the top of the cake. I'm going to go ahead and pull back the foil and lift the cake out. You want to make sure that it's mostly set, but is still a little wobbly in the middle. Alright, we've got the cheesecake out. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a slight wobble in the middle, just like that, and that's fine. You want it to be mainly cooked with a little wobble in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge. You want to have it in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours. It's quite late here, so I'm going to leave it overnight, and then I will come back to it in the morning and garnish it. I'm going to top it with crushed pistachio nuts and some toasted coconut as well.